I hate bad lasagna. You hate bad lasagna. If you were to look at the bad food pyramid, at the very bottom, holding everything else up, is bad lasagna, which is most lasagna. It's heavy, it's dried out, it's too cheesy, it's a stomach bomb. So this is a great time to do a recipe renovation. We went to Bologna. I went to the restaurant Amerigo, and it's owned and run by Alberto Bettini and his mother. And we made a ragù bolognese from start, and then ended up making the full lasagna. This is light. There's a balance between pasta, not too much cheese, but it will be absolutely the best lasagna you've ever had. Oil, celery, carrots, onion. Listen, should be a nice, gentle sound. If it starts to sound angry or violent, you need to turn the heat down. We're going to cook this 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Meanwhile, we want to start on the rest of the sauce. Whole tomatoes. There's three kinds of meat here. There's beef, there's pork, and there's pancetta. So we're going to start with the beef. These are short ribs, which have a lot of fat in them and a lot of flavor. And obviously, ragù bolognese is all about the flavor of the meat. It's pork shoulder, it's the same cut you use for barbecue. The pancetta, we're going to not pulse. We're going to run it for about 30 seconds. Tomato paste, you put it in and you cook it down until it starts to almost stick to the bottom of the pan. So a little white wine. Deglaze the bottom of the pot. So now we have this massive amount of meat to go in. We have the tomatoes, we have beef stock, and 2 bay leaves. If you think you're going to taste any bay leaf in this sauce after 3 hours in the oven, good luck. I think we just put bay leaves in because we feel we have to or something. We're going to bring this up to a simmer. The ragù cooks in the 325 oven for an hour with the top on. The top comes off, cook another 2.5 hours. The more I cook, I know this sounds crazy, I enjoy cleaning up the kitchen, put a little music on. It's like that time to yourself. We're making a bechamel, 4 tablespoons of butter, 4 tablespoons of flour. I used to take cooking classes in Westport, Connecticut back in the early 70s. And I had a teacher, and he was from Florida, and he had a fake French accent. And, he dressed up like a French chef. He was actually a good teacher. But I was the one in the audience who always asked questions, which meant I was incredibly annoying. Like he'd say, use a dash of salt, and I'd say, well, how much is a dash? And he'd say, just figure it out. That's absolutely lovely. 2 cups of ragù at the base. A word about no-boil noodles. We're using them here just as easier. I don't like them. It only takes 10 minutes to cook lasagna noodles, and I think you get more texture to the noodles. You have to put these in hot water anyway. Okay, 1/2 cup of the besciamella goes on top. 1/2 cup of parmesan. Now we're going to repeat, except instead of using 2 cups of ragù, we're going to use 1 cup of ragù. I just won Top Chef. 350 oven, 30-35 minutes. Take the foil off and finish it another 20 minutes or so. When I was served this, I was not served a humongous piece, but I'm really hungry. So that did pretty well. The top, in most lasagnas, the pasta's hard and crispy. The cheese is kind of dried out. It's kind of gnarly. This is nice and soft. You can see it's a lot of fairly thin layers, which is just lovely. But not as lovely as eating it. Absolutely delicious.